Good morning. Here we are at day 5 and I'm preparing to knit up my 5th Advent Mini from Chromatic Yarns, and this is how I do it when I'm too lazy to get out my Swift. Pretty colors today. It's been pretty colors all the way. I'm curious to see what a finished project is going to look like, because they're all speckled. And I was thinking maybe I should have just opened everything and then started the project in January, but no. I'm going to keep going. It's more fun as an Advent project as well if you just keep on going, because then I will have a finished throw by Christmas, depending on if I have time to knit as I open the last 2 minis, last 3 minis actually, because the 22nd my youngest son arrives, the 23rd my oldest son arrives, and I'm not sure how much knitting time there will be. 22nd I guess I have time to knit, because he comes here by bus, over 5 hours on the bus, and he's not here until 11:30 p.m. so I have all day on the 22nd. And if I'm good and prepare a bit before the 22nd, I will have knitting time on the 22nd. And there's a full skein that I'm supposed to open on the 25th. I'm going to open it on Christmas Eve, because that's when we open our presents in Norway. So I'm opening my full skein Christmas Eve. And I'm looking forward to that. I had a very nice chat with a lady at Amazon, because I ordered a Dungeons and Dragons advent calendar, and we have 2 different mail delivery systems in Norway. We have the official one, the Norwegian Postal Service, and there's a competing company that also delivers mail, and that's apparently who Amazon cooperates with. And the advent calendar never got here. I've been tracking it and it's been jumping all over the place, and they're now looking for it. The mail, not Amazon, but the mail company is looking for it. But I was a bit frustrated, so I contacted Amazon. And I've only chatted with the lady a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. And when I told her I had to show ID to pick up mail from that company, and so we are not talking about people helping themselves to my mail. In Norway they don't leave mail at the doorstep. We have to go pick it up in person. So she just asked me, do you want a refund or do you want a replacement? And I said I would love a replacement, because I want the stuff that's in the advent calendar. Okay, so I won't get it until January probably, but I still get the stuff that's in the calendar. And they're going to put a return slip with a replacement calendar, so I can return that one if the one that's missing shows up. So that's okay by me. I don't need 2 advent calendars. So impressed by the customer service. I've heard horror stories about Amazon as well, so maybe it depends on who you were lucky enough to chat with at customer service, because that's the case with lots of different companies. That's my experience, at least. You can have a horrible experience with a company, and then the next time you reach out to them, you get a different person on the phone or in the chat, and they're so helpful. So it depends on who you get in touch with, I guess, and whether they're having a bad day or not. I can relate to that as well. I'm not as patient as some days. As you saw in my Vlogmas yesterday, the gnomes are kind of taking over. And I started the gnome yesterday, but decided it said you needed 14 grams of yarn for the hat of the gnome. I had a color I really wanted to use for the hat. I had 14 grams, and it said in the pattern that she had added about 15%. So you so you could feel sort of reassured if you only had 15 grams, I guess. But I got halfway up the hat and decided, no, I won't keep on going. I just frogged it, because it's kind of fiddly, the pattern on the hat. And I decided if I was almost done with the hat and then had to change colors, I didn't want that. So I frogged it, and I'm going to cast it on with a different color. But I also cast on a pair of socks yesterday for hubby, and I want to finish those. So maybe I'll wait a bit with the last gnome. It's the only knitting I want to do for the time being. I don't do a lot of knitting. I'm not planning any podcasts either in December, so just as well, when I don't do a lot of knitting. I probably will make one more gnome before Christmas. And some of the gnomes aren't very Christmassy, so those I'll probably have around the house after Christmas as well. I have some forms to fill out today for an appointment I have tomorrow, but I'm going to start with some Vlogmases on YouTube and start knitting my mini from today. And I want to thank the people that reached out to me after I mentioned that I was that I was a bit nervous about if people liked their advent calendar from me. And thank you to the people reaching out to me after watching that to tell me that yes, they love it. So I can sleep a bit more easily. Well, English is my second language. So no orders as of yet in December. Could be because people can't feel certain that they will get their Christmas yarn before Christmas. So I of course have lots of other yarn in stock, but since I'm probably going to be real busy in January, I won't get a lot of dyeing done. I have loads in stock, and then January normally is a really quiet month in the shop. So I'm not sure you will get to see any dyeing this year for Vlogmas, because I had other stuff to do as well for Christmas, and because both my boys are coming home For Christmas I need to stash all my yarn away anyway, because we have a bunk bed in there and my undyed yarn is on the bottom bunk, and I have some stash yarn in the top bunk. I get everything in the top bunk when one of the boys are here so they can sleep in the bottom bunk, but both are coming here so I need the entire bunk bed. So I have to stash my undyed somewhere else, and I have to figure out where to stash it. I can put it in front of the washing machine. That means we can't do any laundry for between the 23rd and the 28th of December. We can't do any laundry if the yarn is in front of the washing machine. So maybe we can think, I can't put it, we have an outside storage. I can't call it, if you can imagine a shed but it's attached to the house. I'm not sure what you would call that in English, but it's an extension to the house. But that's outside and it's not insulated, so I can't put the yarn there in case the temperature changes rapidly. The yarn would get damp, so I can't put it there. So I have to figure out somewhere else to put it. I'm being chatty today. I'm going to get a move on. I'm going to see the neighbor first and foremost, like I do every morning, and then I'll see you later today. Suddenly realized that if I turn these around when I put them back, they form a picture. It only took me 5 days to realize this. Well, it didn't last. It's raining and it's mild again. But at least I have put up the decorations outside my front door. It's the end of the day, or at least almost the end of the working day. I'm expecting hubby to come home any minute, and I know I'm not going to record anymore today because we have plans this afternoon, and not important plans, but anyway we have plans. And tonight there's a new episode of Critical Role that we want to see. So this will be my last bit for today. I'm just sitting here knitting on my socks. Christmas with Barbie, Comfy Cozy Knits. And it's been my knitting while I've been doing an online course for the job training center. I have an appointment there tomorrow morning at 8:30. So everything is going to be postponed tomorrow. Opening my advent, sitting down with my morning coffee. Everything is going to start a bit later tomorrow. But I'm going to start dinner now, and I'll see you tomorrow.